1, 2. Okay, everybody, it's 7:30. Can we find somewhere to sit and we'll get started with our meeting? Grab yourself a chair and sit down. Okay, we ready to sit down and start our meeting? Couple more stragglers waiting for them to sit down. Okay, everybody, looks like we're all ready to go. So welcome to 2024. We can get on with a whole new year of aviculture. Now, can we kick off? Is there any apologies that we need to take note of for this evening? No apologies, so everybody's here. That's fantastic. It's time to welcome our visitors and any new members we've got tonight. It's great to have you all here. I know we picked up a few new members at the sale that was very, very successful at the end of last year. And if those people are listening to us online, hello to you too. Righto, next thing we got along the line there is we're going to hear from Ben from the sales table to tell us all about how things are going over there. Do you want a microphone, Ben? But people online won't be able to hear you.
They should be at the meeting. All right, welcome 2024. Another hopefully good year on the sales table. We are fairly heavily stocked still from our sale last year, but we are moving through some products. Monthly special will be medicines tonight, both Moxie and Baycox. We have got a bit of it here, so I want to go through it and get some new stock. We did manage to get some new nest boxes. They were changed from the round ones to the square ones. They do come with a perch. Other than that, it's pretty standard. That's about it.
All right, thank you very much, Ben. And they are very good, those new boxes. I've tried them out myself and they work very successfully. Okay, so now we're going to hear from Brian, wherever he is, about the Secretary and Members report. I'll come over to you with a microphone, Brian. Tell us all about it.
We've already had hi everyone, welcome back. Valentine's Day today. I hope you all bought a rose to give to your wife or your their husband or the partner, friend, or whatever you want to call them. I'd have to say that because I come from a long line of rose growers, and we always used to look forward to this day of the year because sell roses for a hell of a lot of money. So now I've lost track here. The renewals are basically, this is the last time to renew your membership and make sure you get a magazine. Some people have already renewed tonight. And I think roughly there's still something like 50 odd members last year who haven't renewed yet. So you probably got about 3 days to let me know because the magazines will be coming out by the end of the week. And so I look forward to hearing from you if you haven't paid up already. Out the front here, we've got about 3 or 4 months of reciprocal magazines. Please take one if you like, or 2 or 3. Have a flick through them, pass them on to somebody, or chuck them in the recycling. But I'll be taking the ones home that aren't taken, because I like to recycle things, unlike some other people around here who just throw everything in the bin. And I think the table show is for the Gordon Lovegrove Trophy, and hopefully there's someone here who can tell me who Gordon Lovegrove was, because I don't think I ever met him, but I know we have the trophy in his honour every year. So looking forward to remember who that guy is. You know who Gordon Lovegrove was? Joe, tell us who he was.
He was a member for about 10 years. He had 2 young daughters. He lived in Greystanes. He always used to help out the club a fair bit. Unfortunately, he contracted lung cancer, and it spread through his body, and within, say, 4 months, he was gone. But he was the type of bloke that would drop of a hat, help you out, do anything. Nah, he was in his mid-60s. Yeah. But he was a good bloke. He was a nice bloke. Very nice bloke.
All right, thanks for that. Yeah, because we talk about a table show, but it's actually the Gordon Lovegrove Trophy table show. Happens every February. I've got yet to get my name on the trophy, but then again, I've never put a bird in there either. So I guess you got to do one before the other. Okay. That's it. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Brian. And now we have to pass the microphone back to Joe so he can tell us all about what's happening on the raffle today.
Okay. We've got raffle prizes. We've got a pair of Gooligans. Okay, they're donated back from the Christmas raffle. They're a pair of Australian yellows. We've also got a pair of orange breasts. And I've also got a pair of starfinches donated from Don Finlater. So I've got to put them out somewhere. And we've got some magazines, plants, and some glassware, and 3 heat lamps. All right. No. All right. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Joe. So it's time for me to go back to my chair and sit on my ass. All right, so as a lot of us know, the Christmas party was held last year at Mount Annan, and there was some prizes handed out, but on the day, a couple of recipients, well, one of the recipients wasn't with us, and the other one needs to have his trophy engraved. So, Joe, would you mind stepping up the front and receiving an award that you weren't with us at Christmas to come and receive? Come up the front, please, buddy. Joe Gaffer, this is the President's Award for being the raffle organizer, and very much appreciated. And there's your bottle of wine to top it off. Thank you very much, Joe. Now, this award was awarded to Mick last year at the Christmas party, and I took it back off him because I had to get his name engraved on it. So I'll just wander over here and give you your trophy back. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll get that back off you at the end of the year. Okay, so that's rounded off last year's Christmas party. Eh? I can't remember what it says on the trophy. Quiet Achiever Award. That's right. Sorry. I'm only very new to this. Okay, so moving on to some general business. So, as Brian mentioned earlier, membership renewals are up, and it's really time to pull your finger out and get your renewal done. If you haven't already done it, tell your friends that might be a little bit tardy in placing their renewal. Otherwise, they're going to miss out on the world's greatest magazine. There's also been talk of getting some frozen seed sent down from, or green seed, I should say, frozen green seed sent down from Queensland. And we'd like to see whether there's much interest from the membership in getting a hold of some green seed. We can organise containers of it, and it'll be round about $10 a kilo. We're not sure exactly, just depends on how much the whole pallet worth is going to cost and how much we can divvy it up. But round about, that sort of money, we really need to see whether there's enough interest to make sure that we can get a delivery made. So if you are seriously interested in buying some green seed, by all means, add your name to a list here and we'll figure what we can do about green seed. Righto. So we've got a couple of sales coming up next week in Canberra on the 25th of February, and in a couple of weeks' time on the 2nd of March in Orange. Always a lot of interest in both of those sales. There's a bunch of us going to be going to Orange for the weekend, and no doubt plenty of us will go to Canberra as well. So perhaps at our next meeting, we can have a little chat about what we saw at those sales and what was good and what was not. Ivan's been a very busy man organising the Easter show, and it'd be really great if we could get a little update from Ivan about where we're at with the Easter show. Thank you very much, Ivan.
Yep, Easter show's just around the corner. It's from the 22nd of March to the 2nd of April. The Avery Bird Show entries closed about 2 weeks ago. We've got a total of 110 entries this year. It's a bit down from last year. We had about 150 last year, but the difference is two of our main Zeb exhibitors aren't joining us. So we're 40 down and they're all Zebs, but we've still got a very good range of birds. We'll have our usual two Averys. One will be a Finch Avery. The feature breed this year is parrots. So the other one will be a range of birds, mainly neophemas and probably princess parrots and a few other things. The very popular tame parrot display that's run by the Brinket family is back as well. So that'll be really good. And also thank you to our volunteers. So we've got all the days covered. We've got anywhere between 2 and 5 volunteers every day, which is fantastic. So thank you all for that. So I hope to see some of you there. The actual bird show itself is the 27th and 28th of March. So if you are attending, they'll be the best days to attend. They're weekdays. This year it doesn't overlap with the school holidays, so the weekends will be chock-a-block. The weekdays will be a bit quieter, but it'll be a good day for anyone who's interested in the birds to come on down and see us.
Okay, thank you very much, Ivan. So something that I didn't know anything about, which was kicked off in about 2017, I think it was a thing called Spring into Finches. Now, Ben's probably the best person to tell us more about that because it's something he's been involved with. Thank you very much, Ben. It should be working. I was using it before. Did you turn it off?
Test, test, test.
Yeah. So Spring into Finches hosting this year. Quick version. The original plan was hosted at Camden at the community hall. It would be a auction in the morning, possibly Avery visits in the afternoon, dinner in the night with guest speakers, and then on the Sunday would be at Mount Annan Botanical Gardens for breakfast with the birds. So we just got to look at the interest in it, if the club wants to run it, and then look at a date. Because I know I'm getting a lot of messages saying what's happening with it.
All right, so some food for thought there.
The Presidento has got the other mic going. We've got two mics going.
Yes, exactly.
Sweet.
All right, okay. So, yeah, something to think about. Could be a really good thing for us to get together and host as a club. Okay, so as Brian mentioned before, tonight's the Gordon Lovegrove table show, trophy show. But for the rest of the year, we need to put our thinking caps on and try and figure out what we're going to do each month as we come along. There was a couple of ideas thrown around for a couple of possible speakers in the committee meeting we had just before, but only too happy to take suggestions from the floor of anyone we could chase up when it comes to doing a presentation for us on any of the months coming up later this year. So does anyone have somebody who springs to mind? Are they sitting next to somebody who they'd like to dob in, who would be really good at doing a presentation? Because there's a lot of skill in this room. And, you know, we're bound to be able to figure out something between us. Anybody? Because I'm going to put the screws on you for people to do presentations, because all I can do is sit up here and hold the microphone. I'm not good at telling you anything about birdies. All right, well, if you're not going to jump forward and volunteer yourself, then I'm going to start talking to people face to face and trying to get them involved. Okay, well, that's the end of that. All right, so what's that? Yeah, please go ahead. All right, your microphone working?
Hey?
Yeah, good.
I'll just explain what's going to happen tonight with the table show. But first up, most of you have probably heard that I stupidly bought a certain magazine, Australian Birdkeeper. So I'm trying to do as little as I can, but it's actually been a fair bit of work. So I've employed Simon Degenhard, who you'd know, as the editor, and that's our first magazine that's come out. So for tonight, I thought what I'd do, I've got 3 magazines there. One is the current one that only just came out that subscribers will be getting. So first prize, I'll start with third prize. Third prize gets the previous magazine. Second prize gets a copy of this month's magazine, and first prize gets a copy of this month's magazine plus a subscription for 12 months. So I'm just hoping that Jerry doesn't win again, because that'd be a damn shame if I had to give him a subscription. So, and then what I'd like to do, I'll just go around and show you the birds, because what's going to happen a little bit different to previous years. We've got Bruce Hockley judging, and we've got Ron Hunt stewarding as normal. But Bruce has kindly agreed to judge the birds whilst we're having the meeting, but he's not going to write anything on the cages. So then during supper, everybody in this room has to go and judge the birds for themselves, work out which one they think's a winner, and pay Helen $1, is it? $1 a bird. I think you can enter more than once too if you want to. So, I mean, if you really want to make sure you win, you can, whatever there is, 60 odd birds, you pay $60, put $1 on every bird, then you're guaranteed a winning. And then whoever wins shares in whatever the total amount of money is. So if everyone at least puts $1 in, looks like there's about 50 people here, you know, or $2 in, you know, there should be a little bit of money for whoever wins that way. So we can do that during supper this year. And then after supper, we'll listen to Bruce tell us how wrong we all were. But I'll show you a couple of the birds now anyway, just out of interest. But we're not allowed to cheat and look at what are we allowed to look at what Bruce is doing? Hang on, he's fudging it now. So it looks like we got, I don't know what we got here. I thought they'd organised them all, but they've got some Australians here. So you got starfinches, parsons, longtails, masks, red-faced parrot, finch, some zebbies, quite a few zebs actually, probably 10 or so. Gouldians, of course. Oh, and everything else is Gouldians. So for those people online, I shall, once I give the microphone back to James, I'll come back up here and I'll very slowly just stop on each bird so that you can sort of have a good look if you're online. Unfortunately, if you're online, I suppose you can deposit $100 in the club's account, but you're not going to be in the draw. So there's there's a couple more behind too. So there's a reasonable number. I don't know. How many was that? 50 odd birds, something like that, I'd say. So a reasonable number. So I shall hand back over to Jamie. Thanks, Jamie.
Rightio. So that's going to be a really good show because we've got a really, really good turnout tonight. We should be having a glance at the birds for sale and wanted book, but it's still making its way around. What should we do about that, Ivan? After supper? Okay, look, we'll have a quick look at the birds for sale and wanted book after supper, so everyone's had a chance to have a look at the book themselves, I suppose. Now, we've got some fantastic prizes on the raffle tonight. I hope everyone's bought themselves plenty of tickets. And as Sam said, don't forget to go and get a ticket in the sweepstakes and see if you can pick out which is the best bird. Have I missed saying anything? Oh, are they? Okay. Well, Sam's going to have something to say, and that'll take a while, so we're okay.
It's going to take Bruce, I'd say, probably another 15, 20 minutes to continue his judging. But maybe I'll just mention a couple of government things that are going on. So in Victoria, there's a completely new, in terms of Animal Care Australia, there's a completely new Animal Welfare Act called the Animal Care and Protection Act. That's it's now about to enter Parliament. So got some meetings coming up there. We're also organising a sort of a pet day in Parliament, which I think will be the 19th of March. So I've got to hit somebody up to come in with a hand raised, maybe a red-tailed black cockatoo or something like that to come in with me. But there'll be, you know, I think they're going to be a baby goat. There's going to be a snake. There's going to be a this. There's going to be a that upstairs in Parliament House for Animal Care Australia to sort of, you know, drum up a bit of business with all the MPs there. Animal Care Australia has presented at this year, I think, 4 parliamentary inquiries so far. We're preparing for the RSPCA inquiry. The most recent one that's been in the media is about the Brumbies in Kosciuszko. So although we're absolutely in agreement that they need to be culled down to 3,000, it's a really strange situation because you've got you got Emma Hurst, the crazy animal rights girl, and you got the Shooters, Fishers and Farmers Party, who are actually in agreement that the way they've been doing it is shocking. So the report came back that said that they did a sort of a the average number. So the shooters guys are, you know, you should really do it in one shot. If you can't do it in 2 or 3 shots, there's something really crook. So we're sort of putting together some, well, we've met with many people over it to try to, there's a way better systems. And actually we're working with I can't remember their name, but the local Aboriginal community, Animal Care Australia, or Carrie particularly, our horse person, working with the local Aboriginal community down there who've got, there's a lot of stuff that's missing. It's sort of a little bit like our licensing thing. National Park's gone rogue, really. And the crazy thing, everybody, apart from Emma maybe, agrees the horses need to be removed, and perhaps a lot of them need to be shot and killed, but it needs to be done humanely. So that's a big one. Paul. Well, if you imagine, the way I understand it, they're shooting from a helicopter. So they're shooting down at the animal. So they're basically gut shots. And the maximum number of shots was 15. Now, the reality is the horse may well have been dead with less shots than the average of 7.5. But there's no reason for 7.5 is unnecessary. Go on, Brian.
I used to work in North Queensland where we used to sample feral animals for blood samples looking for disease, and our guys would basically be sampling usually cattle, and they'd shoot from a helicopter, land the helicopter, do a quick autopsy and take the blood sample. They would kill an animal with one shot, and they would kill 5 animals with probably 6 shots. So I would say 7 shots for a horse, 6 missed and 1 hit.
No, 7. These are shots that actually hit the animal.
Well, they need better.
We asked that too.
They need better shooters.
So there's something crook. But the crazy thing was that the chief inspector, Scott Myers from the RSPCA, was the observer in the helicopter, and he signed off on this. So, and in the parliamentary inquiry, he admitted that he knows absolutely nothing about shooting and absolutely nothing about horses. So why you had him as the observer, who knows? Because they did in the parliamentary inquiry, the RSPCA said, no, if you shot a horse the way that they shot a horse in Kosciuszko, you would be charged with a cruelty offence for sure. But it is different. They're trying to kill feral animals that are running through the bush and all the rest of it. So it's not going to be as good as the horse looks at you and you shoot it straight between the eyes. We get that, but nevertheless, it's extreme. Nevertheless, that's taken up a lot of our time. We're also working on the animal rights people have got an Office of Animal Welfare that they've been pushing. They put bills to Parliament many times over the years. The most recent one was actually from Abigail Boyd from the Greens, but it's essentially a carbon copy of Emma's from the previous government. So we're meeting with a number of people from the Labor Party. We've put together, myself and some legal people, we put together a bill to create an animal welfare commission with a commissioner and with a sort of representation from animal care groups, animal industries. So, the livestock industry, the horse racing and greyhound industry, the domestic animals, which would include us, the circus, the et cetera, as the representatives on that group. Dennis has got a question up the back, I believe. What's that, sorry?
He said, are we supposed to be able to hear you?
I think that's the plan.
Be rude and continuing to talk all through the speech, and I've got a hearing aid, and all it does is amplifies all the noise. So it amplifies yours, it amplifies theirs. I may as well go home. Right? I can't hear a damn thing with everybody else talking.
Thank you, Dennis. So
fair enough, Dennis.
That's perhaps the problem. Dennis, it's not if not. Thank you. Thank you, Dennis. So we would appreciate some quiet. I can do my teacher voice if you want. Shut people up. Is the PA too loud though? It sounds a bit echoey to me. Maybe if I just turn it down a bit, we can try and get the levels a little bit better, perhaps. Is that better? Can you still hear that? Bit more? Half and half. Is that better? Something like that better? Yeah, because I mean I'm a bit deaf too, and to me, I agree with Dennis. It was echoing, but I thought, oh, I'm just deaf. Maybe that's how it's meant to be.
Sam, I just realised something. Because I'm an idiot, I forgot to ask you for your treasurer's report earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, Treasurer's report, there's about nearly $16,000 in the account. I think in the last few weeks we paid for the hall for 6 months. That was about 200 and maybe $220,
I don't remember
something
how
like
much
that
it was.
for 6 months. Pretty cheap here. We've got the magazine to pay for shortly. I know we paid our Federation insurance. I can't remember what else we paid, but we're looking really good. We got 15 grand in the bank. We still got our 20 grand that'll mature in April, our term deposit. And we just talked about that in the committee meeting. So we'll obviously just reinvest that. Probably, I think it was only 4% last year. Interest rates, obviously, as you're probably aware, have gone up a bit. So I don't know what it'll be in April, maybe 6% or something. But I mean, we're obliged to, we can't whack it on the stock market or the horses or anything. I think we're obliged to just keep it in a term deposit. So, but still, I mean, 20 grand, 12 months, 4%, $800, isn't it? That we wouldn't have had. And I mean, it'll go up a bit. And maybe we'll put another 5,000 in there, boost it up to 25. Because I think probably if we have 10, that's 10. 10's plenty to cover everything. Maybe even 5's plenty. Do you want me to show you the birds?
Well, what about the sales book? Are we finished with that?
Yeah.
Where's that gone? Not yet.
Oh,
Okay. Well, we're going
finished.
to look at some birds.
You finished judging? Oh, okay. Oh no, we can have supper.
We're finished judging. Okay. Well, we'll have a glance at the for sales book after supper, and the judging has been completed. So it's time for us to grab a cup of tea and choose the one we think is going to be the winner, so you can win the sweepstakes. So good luck with that, everybody.
And for those online, I'll nip up and quickly run through the birds. Oh yeah. The winner hasn't been announced, and the winner hasn't been announced yet, so it's not too late to bribe him. So for those people online, we got number 26, red face. Yellow siskin hen is 32. Cuban cock, if he'll get up on the perch, 30. Number 12 is a blue cap. Number 7 is a cutthroat cock. Hop up, mate. He doesn't want to hop up. Number 41, sorry, that's 37. Number 41 is an orange breast cock. Number 52 is singer. Oh, no, sorry, canary cross green singer. 52. Coming around the other side, I'll start down the other end. So we're going to start with Million Gouldians. So we got 300 Gouldian, black-headed Gouldian cocks by the look of it. Number 4. I won't make any comments. Number 21. 44. Number 3. 16. 19. Number 1. It's like 18. Bit of competition in the black-headed Gouldian field, isn't there? Number 5. Number 2. Number 8. 20. 7. 17. Blimey. 14. Oh, mate, get up. Oh, out of the black-headed cocks. Yellow-headed cock, 39. And there's a hen, the only hen. Number 9. Red-headed cock, 15. Another yellow cock, 47. Another yellow cock here, 31. Another one, 42. White fronted cock, Number 13, another white fronted cock. Number 6, another, looks like it might be it's just a lilac or something, lilac chest or something, is it? 24. One of those weird mutations. 50. 51, looks like single factor, whatever you call it, single factor cock. European yellow cock. Now the Zebs. 40. 35. I'm not going to try and tell you the mutations because I'm going to get them all wrong. 10. 28. Cool. 36. 29. 11. 45. 43. Oh, painted cock. 46. A star cock. 34. Oh, hang on, there's another painted here. Sorry, 48. More stars, 38. Another star here, 27. Now we've got some long tails. Hang on, there's another painted here. Oh, it's cock. Oh, I'll get it in a minute. 25 long tail. 22, another long tail. That's a good looking tail, that long tail. That's a ripper of a tail, isn't it? And a mask finch. And the last but not least is another painted, number 23. So the mask was 49. Whew. We'll be back after supper.
Okay. All right. So everyone grab your seat again and we'll carry on with the second part of our meeting. It has been noted that there's loads of kids here tonight. So we just decided it might be a good idea that if any of the kids would like to get something from the sales table of up to or around about $10, you're quite welcome to go and help yourself, guys. It's great to have some kids here. So go over to the sales table and get something from Ben.
That me?
Oh, little Sammy wants something too. No, seriously. Kids can get something from the sales table up to $10, whatever. All right. So in a moment, we'll hear from Bruce about how he's gone with the judging and all that sort of thing. And we'll just quickly run through the for sales and wanted book that we didn't have a chance to have a look at before. So for sale, we've got 3 pairs of red-faced parrot finches from Doug. Dennis has got diamonds, Jackarinis, normal Gouldians, yellow hen. Oh, no, hang on. That was Brian. It's a little bit mixed up here. Scratch that. Dennis, however, has yellow hen stars and orange breasts. Jerry's got a fair sort of list. He's got cutthroats, painteds, orange breast masks, tricolour parrots, Cubans, and zebra finches in grey. Paul is selling Australian yellow Gouldians, colour and splits red head. Joe Gaffer's got a fair list as well. Diamond sparrows, red-faced parrot finches, yellow stars, red stars, green sea parrot finches, cutthroats, and cinnamon diamonds. And they're a very nice looking bird, those cinnamon diamonds. I had a pair of them from Joe once before. Very attractive. Also one more for sale here. Crickets. Anyone who's after live food, crickets, all sizes, $60 per 2,000. Plenty of stock. Speak to Brad. Oh, and he can deliver, it says. And then wanted, all we've got in the way of wanted is Matt wants star hens, happy to swap for cockbirds. All right, that's our for sales and wanted list, which will go into the next magazine. So next up, we need to hear about the judging. So I'll ask Sam to go over and, oh, hang on a minute. What's up?
Yeah, Brian, use this one. No?
I was going to say they won't be in the next magazine because the next magazine is getting printed as we speak. So then those ads, you get a chance to update them at the next meeting before the magazine comes out next April.
Okay, yeah, fair call. I was thinking about the magazine that's coming up, not the one that's imminently arriving in your letterbox. So, Sam, can you stroll on over to the judge and see what Bruce has got to say about tonight's fantastic selection of birds?
Yeah, well, it was a good selection of birds tonight. A lot of black-headed Gouldians, and I suppose over the years when I've come here and spoke about and judged this show a few times, I've always been picking on the Gouldians because they didn't have the shape we need for our standard. But I will say now, out of all them black-headed Gouldians down there, there's at least 10 of them that are really, really gone a long way. There's a few that aren't. There's a few that have still got holes in the back of their neck and a bit small, but they've improved out of sight. They really have. And something I'm just playing with now, I'm playing with a lot of black-headed Gouldians, but I'm also now trying to get my reds and my yellows up the same as the blacks. But yeah, so there was a good selection of them. There were some good mutations. There's some good other colours in the Gouldians. A couple of nice Australians, a couple of nice foreigners. A couple of birds that have got problems. And when I went to the zebras, this bird was going to win outright until I had a good look at it. And if someone's going to show a bird like that, they've got to be very, very careful. The bird's covered in white feathers all over his chest. Straight no-no. As soon as you see a white feather on a grey zebra Gouldian, it goes into the pied class and can't win. So that was a shame. It's pied. Yeah. But it's not a pied. It's never going to win a pied class. But a judge like me, as soon as I see that, it goes straight down and goes in the pied class. Same with the Java, and no one shows too many Javas now. First thing we always do when we used to look for Javas is hold them up like that in the cage. 90% of them have white under their throat, straight away they get thrown out. So little things like that is what you've got to be careful of. Most of the other birds were pretty good. There's another fawn zebra over the back there. Whoever owns it needs to put it on a starvation diet. It's way, way too fat. It's just hanging over the perch. So it happens a lot when you've got zebras in cabinets. They just gorge themselves and get too fat. So there were some good birds here. So